EVs owners had enough and want to switch back to gas cars. A noteworthy trend has emerged from recent conversations about owning electric cars. Almost half of US EV owners are thinking about switching back to gas-powered cars. This opinion is a result of several difficulties related to owning an electric vehicle. Here are a few salient factors. Number 7. High desire to switch. According to recent surveys, there has been a notable change in the attitudes of owners of electric vehicles in the US. 46% of them are thinking about switching back to gasoline-powered cars. McKinsey Co reported this figure, which is significantly higher than the global average of 29%. This trend has a variety of causes, including both shifting consumer attitudes and real-world difficulties. At first, EVs' advantages for the environment and the prospect of cutting-edge technology drew in a lot of buyers. But as these cars have become commonplace, the realities of ownership have emerged, making some people regret their purchase. This revaluation is more than just a fleeting idea. It represents a deeper dissatisfaction with the current status of electric vehicle ownership, leading many people to compare the perceived benefits of electric alternatives against the comfort and familiarity of traditional gasoline-powered cars. The high number of owners who are thinking about making a switch back should serve as a wake-up call for the auto industry, highlighting the need to address the underlying problems that fuel this discontent. Number 6. Charging infrastructure issues. The inadequate infrastructure for electric vehicle owners to access charging is one of the main reasons behind the desire to return to gasoline-powered vehicles. A third of the participants in the McKinsey study stated that an important obstacle to their satisfaction with electric vehicles was the scarcity of public charging stations. Finding charging stations can be a source of frustration for many owners, especially on lengthy journeys or in remote locations with inadequate infrastructure. This difficulty is made worse by the fact that charging an electric vehicle takes longer than fueling a gasoline-powered vehicle, which causes inconvenience and anxiety about running out of power. Because electric vehicle (EV) drivers frequently have to plan their routes around available charging stations, which can take away from the spontaneity and ease of travel that gasoline vehicles offer. The current state of the charging network can have a significant impact on the overall ownership experience. Also, even though the United States has made progress in growing its network of charging stations, many areas are still underserved and the rollout has been sluggish. Funds to address this have been allotted by the bipartisan infrastructure law. However, local concerns and regulatory obstacles are impeding the plan's execution. Many EV owners will continue to be unsure about their choice of vehicle until these infrastructure gaps are effectively addressed, which will encourage them to choose more conventional options. Number 5. Cost concerns. The decision to return to gasoline-powered vehicles is also significantly influenced by the total cost of ownership for electric vehicles. A third of EV owners said they would like to switch back due to the high total costs. Even though electric cars frequently offer cheaper maintenance and fuel costs, many consumers are still put off by the initial cost of ownership. Compared to similar gasoline vehicles, EVs can have significantly higher upfront costs in some areas, which limit their accessibility to a wider market. Additionally, especially for higher-end models, the continuous expenses for insurance, upkeep, and repairs can mount up. Many consumers are compelled to review their spending plans in light of the rising cost of living and weigh the long-term financial benefits of owning an electric vehicle over a conventional car. The belief that owning a gasoline-powered vehicle can be simpler and more economical is becoming more widespread among these owners. This financial analysis is especially important for people who might not have the luxury of having several cars or access to home charging, which makes them value the short-term affordability and practicality of gas-powered cars more highly than the possible long-term savings of owning an electric vehicle. Number 4. Impact on driving patterns. Many owners' driving habits have also changed significantly as a result of the switch to electric vehicle, which has left 32% of them unhappy. Many electric owners claim that their cars have altered the way they approach travel, especially longer distances. Gas-powered cars are more convenient because they can be refueled quickly and easily at many stations, but planning routes around charging stations can be laborious and time-consuming. This change in driving habits can be especially upsetting for people who travel frequently for business or pleasure, such as families. The overall enjoyment of driving can be diminished by the additional complexity of scheduling charging, which makes gasoline vehicles more alluring due to their dependability and simplicity. Furthermore, the range limitations of many electric vehicles can create anxiety for drivers, particularly on long trips where charging opportunities may be scarce. This anxiety is compounded by the fact that not all EVs are equipped with the same range capabilities, leading to further disparities in owner satisfaction. For many, the freedom to drive without worrying about range limitations or charging availability is a significant factor in their decision to switch back to traditional vehicles. Addressing this impact on driving patterns will require a combination of improved charging infrastructure, increased vehicle range, and a better understanding of how EVs fit into the lifestyles of different consumers. Number 3. Variability by region. The desire to return to gasoline-powered vehicles is not universal. Regional differences are notable. In contrast to countries such as Japan, where a mere 13% of owners may opt to switch back to a combustion-powered vehicle, 49% of Australian EV owners are contemplating a return to gas vehicles. The reasons for this variability include variations in government policies, infrastructure, and cultural perceptions of electric vehicles. Owners of electric vehicles may feel more satisfied with their choice to go green in areas with a higher concentration of charging stations and more government support for EV adoption. On the other hand, the difficulties associated with owning an electric vehicle can make people more likely to switch back to conventional cars in places with inadequate infrastructure. For instance, whereas rural areas frequently struggle with inadequate infrastructure, urban areas might have better access to charging stations. This discrepancy emphasizes the necessity of a customized strategy to address the issues that owners around the globe have. Legislators and producers need to take into account the particular difficulties that proprietors in each area face and create tailored solutions to meet their requirements. The landscape of EV ownership can be further complicated by local attitudes regarding sustainability and electric vehicles, which can have an impact on consumer behavior. Number 2. Limited model availability and variety. The scarcity and lack of variety of electric vehicle models is a major factor contributing to the desire to return to gasoline-powered vehicles. Despite the fact that the market for electric vehicles has grown recently, many buyers still discover that the available options do not suit their particular requirements or tastes. Families, for example, might need larger cars like SUVs or minivans. While there are some electric cars available, they might not have the same features, performance, or affordability as their gasoline-powered counterparts. Furthermore, some customers favor particular models or brands that haven't yet released electric versions. Potential customers who are keen to switch to electric vehicles but feel that the current options are insufficient may become frustrated as a result of this restriction. As a result, many consumers may opt to stick with traditional gasoline vehicles that provide a wider range of choices, styles, and functionalities. The automotive industry must prioritize expanding the diversity of electric vehicle models to cater to various consumer preferences and lifestyles. This includes not only increasing the number of available models, but also ensuring that these vehicles meet the performance, safety, and technological standards that consumers expect. Number 1. Performance and driving experience. Customer satisfaction is also greatly influenced by how well electric vehicles perform and drive in comparison to gasoline-powered vehicles. While many EVs are commended for their smooth acceleration and instant torque, some drivers miss the tactile feedback of manual gearbox shifts and the sound of engines found in traditional internal combustion engines. Even with technological advances, driving enthusiasts may find it challenging to duplicate the exhilaration of operating a gasoline-powered car in an electric vehicle. Concerns regarding the long-term performance and durability of electric vehicles are also voiced by some customers, particularly in severe weather. For drivers in colder climates, low temperatures can have a major negative impact on battery efficiency and range. Furthermore, prospective buyers may be discouraged by the notion that EVs may not perform as well in specific driving situations such as off-road or towing scenarios. Manufacturers who want to sell electric vehicles to a wider market must address these performance-related issues. Manufacturers can help allay some of the concerns that current owners have by improving the driving experience and making sure that EVs can compete with gasoline vehicles in terms of performance and versatility. The need for environmentally friendly transportation is still growing. There are still a lot of obstacles to overcome, including those pertaining to charging infrastructure, expenses, model availability, and driving experience. Manufacturers and policymakers can endeavor to create a more favorable environment for the adoption of electric vehicles by comprehending and resolving these concerns. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.